Alright, so the NASCAR Xfinity Series, ladies and gentlemen, is coming your way right now. This is going to be a very fun race, but it could be chaotic, obviously, at times too. So we'll just have to see over the course of this one what's going to happen. So with this race, final stream of the day, we'll have a schedule posted for you by tonight for tomorrow through next Sunday as far as the streaming schedule, what is to come. So here we go. On really any road course, and track position means so much. We've seen that throughout the first 3 road courses of the year. Now the good thing is we came back historically from 3 laps down at Richmond because of 2 bad things that happened. One, I sped on pit road, and what caused me to speed on pit road was because I obviously locked the tires and whatnot, and went 1 mile per hour over the limit from what I should have. But what led me to that point was I did not pit at the end of stage 1 like I meant to. I just completely missed it, forgot, ran out of time. So yeah, loosened the car up last pits. I mean, we came back. It was a wild race. 3 laps down in the last, I don't know what, like, well, yeah, 100 laps. Last 100 laps of the race. Crazy. But nevertheless, on a short track, might I add. But nevertheless, here we go. Charlotte Roval. Let's get things started. We do have the steering wheel in this one. We had the controller earlier. So, I don't know what's going to happen here. Tyler Reddick's on the pole. We got Kaz Grala. I guess he's not looking like himself this weekend. Michael Annett is starting at the rear. That's one of the playoff drivers. Looked like Jeffrey Earnhardt was back there too. Must have qualified poorly. He is also one of the playoff drivers. So here we go, starting 13th. This is going to get crazy. The green flag is going to be in the opening stage of the race. We're strictly racing for playoff points here. Oh, into the inside wall. The opening lap kind of spun our tires. We were accidentally in first gear. Not sure why. So now, here comes Noah Gragson fighting right back. About turned ourselves off of his right front. 3 wide now coming off of turn 3. Turn 4 rather. On this 17 turn racetrack, and now we get a little bit of a push from behind again from Noah Gragson. He's all over us as we're trying to get around the 07 of Greg Gaulding. We'll pass him cleanly. So quickly from 13th to 7th on the opening lap of the race, but I do have to say that Noah Gragson looks really fast right behind us as well. We'll take this in segments, so of course 15 laps, like I said, in the opening stage here. Trying to get on the brakes. Back to the acceleration. Was really just trying not to get ran over from behind there from Gragson. We pulled him through the backstretch chicane. So that's a good start to things here. Tyler Reddick kind of pulling away right now in the clean air out in front of the field. Again, track position like the other 3 road courses. The only difference is this has a lot more meaning to it because we are in the playoffs. The good news is with the win at Richmond, we are in the round of 8. So we are not having to race for points today. As they say, we're just flat out racing. It'd be nice to win some stages. Just feel like we're gaining a little bit of ground there. We got side-by-side action going on, not only just in front of us, but just in front of those other packs of cars too. We got a pack of 4, and we're about to make it 5 here in another couple corners. If they can't single each other out, Allgaier's finally, been passed by Austin Cindric. Probably start switching through the cameras here pretty soon. Got to do our best to not run these guys over on high braking zones on the racetrack, of course, as we try to work our way around Justin Allgaier. Did a great job there to pull up next to him, but he does accelerate on past us. Don't want to let Noah Gragson catch us. I feel like we're at least faster than Allgaier right now. Oh man, just trying to do whatever we can to cut this track up as much as possible. How violent these curves and bumps are on this racetrack. You wouldn't have expected the infield here at Charlotte to be this bumpy, but it really is. There we go, off the curbing there, a little wide. I think we're finally going to let Noah Gragson on by. Kind of just want him to go, but he's not going. Gave him a little bump. Accidentally, but kind of showing him we're there. I let him on by us, but I doing my best here not to run him over. Another bump through the chicane. That's all right. Just trying to be patient here. Really don't want to tear up the car. Accidentally went down to first gear for a second there. Man, that is so violent through turn 1. That Tums heartburn turn. There we go. That was a good set of corners there. Ooh! Cut that corner a little bit too much. We're all good though. Greg Golding's still about 2.5 to 3 seconds behind us. We'll try to run down Gregson again here. I mean, I would definitely like to go for right now. Really try to save our equipment as far as fuel and tires go. Off the curbing, man. These curbs though, just so violent. You can really see it throwing the car around, throwing us inside the car around. We can go a little over 30 laps on a full tank of fuel. I've run good on the road courses all season though so far, so obviously that's pretty good leading into this race. We've got some good history. Won at Watkins Glen with the steering wheel earlier this year. I'd say this is a little more challenging of a road course. Not quite as fast paced as far as the speeds are considered compared to Watkins Glen, but Brandon Jones now up to 9th. He looks like he moved past Greg Golding either earlier in the lap or maybe it was even last lap without us noticing. We're probably going to have a penalty. Yep, we have a penalty there for missing the chicane. And we have to come to a complete stop before we can move forward. That's going to give up a spot down to Brandon Jones. And that'll move us back to 9th. So that's the first mistake we have made all day. And not only all day, but that's the first penalty we've had on a road course this year. Oh, trying to get the car to stop. Another penalty. I don't get why that's a penalty, though. That's the whole reason they have the wall there, but oh well. That one's going to hurt the car quite a bit, though. So now we've got some damage here on the front of the car already in this race. Just overdriving these corners, that's all. It's all mental error when anything like that happens. Or that. Yeah, just gonna let Williams by too. I'm being extra patient right now, just trying to take care of the car, but even that's not working. Man, look at that curb. It just jerks the entire car to the left. So obviously we'll want to put ourselves in position for stage 2 if we can. Just have to see how this one's going to go, obviously. This isn't a long race, so I know we're being patient. I know we're being patient because it's a road course and just trying to protect the car as much as possible, but I don't know. Because if you think about it, we only have 40 laps to go in this race after stage 1. Not a lot of laps to just be patient on. Not a lot of passing opportunities. We had made a couple clean passes already, but now since we picked up the damage on the front of our car, we've only moved backwards from there. We did start in 13th, so we're actually -1 from where we started the race, and honestly, I think there's a good chance we're going to get right back on around Josh Williams here pretty soon. Going to be lagging in speed here. The damage on the front of our car, at least for right now. We'll probably try to short pit at the end of the stage, maybe. I think that's a good possibility. We're going to stay out for right now in case a caution comes out sometime soon, but there's a very good chance we'll try short pitting and try to come out on the lead lap before the end of the stage. Now we do have to pit before 2 laps to go in the stage. A little contact there with Williams trying to get back to his inside. 8 laps to go already in stage 1. We are 7 laps down, and we're going to make the pass on Williams for the 13th position on the racetrack. Definitely going to repair damage at the end of the stage. I think there's a very, very good chance we'll throw tires on this thing too. We'll see. We'll see where we're at. Hindsight's always 20/20 as far as, well, anything, but I'm like kind of thinking in my head if it was a good idea to use the steering wheel for this race. I knew it was going to be more challenging than Watkins Glen, but at the same time I was up for the challenge. I definitely would have ran with the controller if we didn't win that Richmond race earlier. I guarantee it. So we're going to have 7 laps to go now in the stage at the line this time. We're slowly pulling away from Josh Williams, who we did pass a lap ago. It's hard to tell if we're quite gaining on some of these other guys, just keeping it off the wall there. Got a long time yet before the leader, Tyler Reddick, catches any sort of lap traffic. Probably could have stayed in the gas there, but took the corner way wide just in case. We are running down Jeremy Clements and Greg Galding. It's more about where we're at comparative to Tyler Reddick. We're about 28 seconds off the lead. 28.5 to 29 seconds off the race lead right now. Gained a lot of time through the backstretch chicane that time. We're getting in a rhythm though, so I really don't want to break the rhythm by coming onto pit road, but we'll keep an eye on that interval between us and Reddick, which is going to be the second line on your top left, where the scoring monitor would typically be on the screen. 6 laps to go in the stage now. Again, remember, we have to pit before 2 laps to go, so we would have to pit coming to 3 to go, because Reddick is obviously going to get to 2 laps left in the stage before we hit pit road, if we did pit that late. So bouncing off the curb, just keeping it on the racetrack there. And I mean, we've done a good job keeping it on the racetrack outside of the one penalty we had for missing the backstretch chicane. But outside of that, we have been issue free so far. Obviously, when we had a little contact to get the front bumper damage too, but The car's still running all right. We're running comparative to the leader. We're just lacking straightaway speed, which really the only two parts of the racetrack where we're going to need that straightaway speed is through turns 3 and 4 on the oval and through turns 1 and 2 into the backstretch chicane on the oval. Almost missed the chicane again, but almost isn't good enough. We actually gained more ground there that time on the two cars ahead of us because of how close it was. So we're going to stay out one more lap, and then we're going to hit pit road this next time as we're 29 seconds back, and we'll try to short pit that way. That way everybody else only has a couple lap fresher tires than us. 5 laps to go in the stage. Actually, we could probably stay out one more lap after this. We'll see how far back we are from the leaders. So hopefully that'll give us the track position we need to just stay out. And the only way it's going to work is if we're still on the lead lap. But I think it's worth trying in stage 1. I probably won't do this in stage 2 unless it works. Here in stage 1, I'll sacrifice a stage win that way. I'll sacrifice the playoff point. We don't need every single point we possibly needed after winning last race, so we'll just see how we can go here. About 30.5 seconds off the race lead. Again, he's only that far out ahead because of the damage we've got, because honestly, at our fastest, we could definitely try to hold on to it. Now, whatever happens, though, we can't ruin our strategy with another missing of the chicane, so we definitely got to kind of somewhat take it easy through there, but beyond that, we're all right. 31 seconds off the lead now. We'll have 4 laps to go at the line, so Reddick will actually have 3 to go once we decide to pit next lap. Ooh, going in hot through that corner. We are still gaining ground, though, on Gaulding and Clements. I wonder if Gaulding's been holding Clements up this whole time, because that's very well possible, too. Alright, didn't really lose much time, if any at all, through the infield. I think we're actually faster through the infield of the racetrack, and at times we're faster through the chicanes, but not as consistent compared to Reddick. Coming in hot, off the curbing, there we go, bouncing this car around. 3 laps to go at the line this time in stage 1. We're going to try to short pit here. We're not even in position to get stage points as well, so I'd probably end up doing this regardless of the point situation we were in. 45 right as soon as we hit pit road there. So that's pretty nice. We're not going to take any fuel because we don't need to. Try to make this pit stop as short as possible. But we are going to take 4 fresh tires, that is for sure. So looking at a 27.8 second pit stop. This place takes about 1 minute and 20 seconds to get around. And we were 31 seconds off the lead when we hit 30.5 to 31 seconds off the lead when we hit pit road. So Reddick's going to be close to putting us a lap down, but this will give us 4 fresh tires. So as long as he doesn't pull too far ahead of us, we'll still have a shot to get around him before the end of the stage. But he will be coming to 2 laps. As long as he doesn't pull too far ahead of us, we'll still have a shot to get around him before the end of the stage. But he will be coming to 2 laps to go this time. Again, not sure where they're at exactly. Lap, but not by a lot, by a couple turns. But this strategy looks like it's going to pay off because, like I said, we've got 4 fresh Goodyears on this thing now, so we're going to have a lot more grip compared to Reddick. So short pitting gonna be the strategy here, at least for right now. Started 13th, and we've been running 13th most of the race, so why not try something a little different there? We know we're good on the restarts too, so we might be able to get a pretty good jump. going into the corner. The only other thing is hopefully lap traffic doesn't really cost us too much. Got Stephen Light in 30th here. Remember, he just missed the playoffs with that win at Daytona. But he finished at 22nd in the regular season point standings after the regular season was over. Yeah, we're slightly pulling away from Reddick. Pulled away about 2 seconds already, and we haven't even run a full lap yet. Great pass there to overtake Stephen Light before we got into the chicane. So 2 to go for us. Tyler Reddick will be coming to the white flag this time. So Reddick's going to have 1 lap to go. We'll have to start the next lap, but we're only going to run it as far as the end of the stage will take us once the top 10 crosses the start-finish line, because they're on the lead lap, obviously. Oh, we got somebody either blowing up or is slow on the racetrack through the infield portion here. Maybe a tire has blown. I can't tell exactly who it is. But there is a ton of smoke. Can't really see. Oh, it's Josh Balicki. We almost get into him. We stay green. We're going to pass Jeffrey Earnhardt and Balicki there. Earnhardt was just held up behind him. I think he's still held behind. And now Reddick is caught up in it. Is Tyler Reddick going to lose the stage on the final lap because of that? It is not at all impossible. But because we're staying out to the end of the stage, look at how much we've pulled Tyler Reddick this lap. We're going to save our tires now, though. I know for a fact we're not going to get lapped. And we will beat Reddick to the line. There's no more cars behind us here. Just coasting it across the finish line, saving every little bit of our tires possible. We'll hold our position just in case if we can, but we're really backing it up. We'll let Jeffrey Earnhardt go on by. That is for position, but again, they've all pit. Tyler Reddick has crossed the start-finish line, so Reddick is going to win. Tyler Reddick's going to win stage 1 here. We'll get out of their way again. Oh, okay, so then finally top 10 will cross the start-finish line. So at the end of stage 1, it looks like we are going to be 29th. We're playing pit strategy, short pitting here. And that means we will restart in the lead. Actually, it doesn't look like anybody's going to pit. Well, we might as well pit. Take right sides only. Take right side tires only here. It's interesting. Green flag going to be back in the air here at the Charlotte Roval. Stage 2 underway, only 12 laps, and I think because they could all make it on fuel, that's why you didn't see any pit stops. Oh, a little contact. Only 12 laps of green flag racing here. We tried not to make any contact if at all possible. I would have known that was going to be the strategy. I probably would have stayed out. Three wide stuck in the middle there for a quick second. Chicane is not really an area on the racetrack to pass. Yeah, we definitely cut it. And we're gonna have to come to a complete stop here. We're gonna have to wait for everybody to get spaced out before we just start passing guys. I am no more than 35 seconds behind the race leader Tyler Reddick when I hit pit road to take those 4 tires, and I'll be fine. Making some passes here. Towards the rear of the field, man, a little bit of a loose car there off of that last corner. Trying to get to the outside of Mike Harmon. Still looking there. We'll fall in line here between him and Morgan Shepherd. Now we'll move back to the outside of Harmon. Going into the chicane, going to try to outbrake him and get the position, and we easily will. Ooh, a little contact with Jeffrey Earnhardt in the process. These guys aren't really spacing out over here. Right along with the in-car cam once again. We'll alternate through the cameras one final time here in this one. No cautions through stage 1. We'll see what stage 2 will bring. I will short pit if we get a caution at some point during the stage, likely. And why not? We still got 3 sets of tires left, so... Somebody just knocked over one of the cones there. Those are there to signify where the racetrack is in that blind corner. They're coming off that little hill. Try to outbrake Chad Fincham here into the chicane. Seemed pretty well at trying to outbrake guys to pass them going into the chicanes today, so that's pretty good. And we made another pass there. We're back in traffic with Reddick and Clean Air, and we're making passes too, so again, that's why he's pulling away. I still think, I mean, we're not pushing the car overly hard too. I mean, yeah, we're trying to outbrake guys going into chicanes, I guess, but that's really like the only time we're having to race any harder. What I would like. Trying to conserve tires, because I know that's going to be the name of the game here in the final stage of the race. Is going to be who can conserve their tires the best, because I don't think we're going to have a pit stop unless we get a caution and maybe guys elect to pit, but that might be the only way. And even then, track position again is just so much of a key here. Just don't know if that is the actual case. Man, we're going 3 wide, way wide on the racetrack. Just made a couple passes, almost got it in the back of Jeff Green there. He gets a little loose. Allowed us to kind of close the door on him a little bit. And we'll try to outbrake him through the chicane. Got to be careful going side by side into there, and we did make the pass, so that was good. Good work done there. Garrett Smithley, Timmy Hill, they're still side by side. We'll try to get a draft off of them, and maybe we can make a move on both of them. Might be a little risky, taking it to the bottom. 3 wide into the front stretch chicane. Oh, what? And for oh no, I don't know why it said. That is not right. That's not right. It said we missed the chicane, but we didn't. I mean, we made a 3 wide pass, but we didn't go off the track at all. That was clean. That was an awesome move, I thought. And we made it work, but I guess the game is saying that we missed the chicane. That's not right. That might put a damper onto the fact of whether or not we will be able to short pit here in the second stage or not. We're gonna have to push the car hard now, unfortunately. Still in 23rd, but 27 seconds off the lead. It's not too bad right now. I did not think we missed the chicane. So we're going to have 7 laps to go in stage 2 when we come to the line. Austin Cindric has taken the lead away for the first time today, by the way. leader of every lap in stage 1 was Tyler Reddick. We need to bounce back performance after an 18th place showing in the last race at Richmond. So even after that second penalty, we're still pacing all right to be able to short pit at the end of the stage here, which we'll have to do in a couple laps. About to catch Timmy Hill and them guys again. A little bump to the back of Hill. We'll get on by. Oh! That could have been way worse than what it was. Hard, well, not hard contact, but a little bit of contact there with Garrett Smithley and Joey Gase. We had to go down to first gear as we almost blew through the chicane again. Had to be careful there. And I knew that if we were going to blow through the chicane again, we weren't going to be able to short pit. So, yeah, definitely got to be careful. A little more contact. Joey Gase. We're being extra aggressive, at least for right now in the stage. He's doing a great job hanging on, and not anymore. So now he's going to get passed right before we get into the infield portion of the racetrack. Now we're trying to catch Ryan Sieg for position. A little contact, a little bump to the back of Sieg. Trying to pinch him down in the corner. And we're going to move on up to 19th now. Not bad for restarting. And even after missing the backstretch chicane, we fell back to 33rd. So we're up to 19th quickly. And a pretty big gap here. About 5 seconds back from Brandon Brown in 18th. So, and we're still pacing good. Not sure exactly how many laps are left. So I don't know how many more laps we'll be able to run before we have to pit. So we have 5 laps to go at the line this time. So 5 to go on the stage. Off the curbing. All right, we're doing good for ourselves. I'll take it. We haven't led a lap yet, but remember at Richmond we only led the last 2 laps, and those were the only 2 laps we led, so they were the most important to get guys ahead of us. So quite a substantial amount of time. We just bounced right over the curbs. Oh man, almost losing control there that time. So they just really throw you around on the racetrack. This race is flying by though. We're gonna have 4 laps to go at the line this time. In stage number 2. So we'll have 3 laps to go at the line this time. We are going to pit. 33 seconds off the lead. We need to be within 35 seconds when we hit pit road. Oh boy, getting a little loose there. It's costing us a little bit of time. 33.5 seconds back. Not running our best here in dirty air. Cindric's got no lap traffic ahead of him either. We didn't take any fuel though last pit stop, plus we had a lot more damage to repair than what we had here. We had 12 seconds last time. We went in 30.5 seconds back, so looking at about 4 seconds further back in the field this time. Try not to run it in too deep here. Not bad. Still gaining time though on Brandon Brown, and yeah, this Roval just ahead of us, but we are going to hit pit road this time. We'll use all the banking that we can, make sure we don't speed, and down onto pit road we go. So only 1 second of damage this time. We'll fill it up. Half tank will be plenty enough. We'll have 32 laps to go. Or sorry, 32 laps is the estimated fuel tank here. "17 seconds, so it's going to be a 10-second faster pit stop estimated." We'll hope for the best. Off pit road we go. We just got to stay ahead of Tyler Reddick. That's all that matters here. It's going to be close. BJ McLeod's right there. I thought that was Reddick for a second. I thought that was Reddick. No, we're actually going to come out on the track 1 second better than what we were ahead of Reddick lap time wise last time, but we have a ton of lap traffic now around us. And I don't want to race him too hard with only 2 laps left for the leaders. Tyler Reddick and them guys, we got to save our tires too. Reddick's not the race leader right now though, Austin Cindric is. Get back into the gas pretty soon. We'll get around Zane Smith this lap. Alright, we're pacing alright. Try to outbrake BJ McLeod. We did. We'll beat him back to the gas. Cindric just now getting out of that backstretch chicane as we're heading in more towards turn 4. 76 seconds back. We're backing off the pace big time here. Don't want to use our tires. We just got to make sure we stay ahead of Cindric. We're going to use all the track we need. There are a couple cars in between us right now as well. So white flag in the air for Austin Cindric in the stage. I want to pass Austin Hill because I think he's holding us up a little too much, but gotta make sure I don't waste my tires here trying to get around him. If anything, we'll just try to accelerate past him. We'll set him up right here so we can make an easy pass around him right now. Beating him back to the gas. Yep. Yeah, we'll make the easy pass around him here. Now there's 2 lap cars here in between me and Cindric. Gonna coast it on into the chicane. Try not to hit the curb. Well, we hit one curb, but was trying to take care of the tires as much as possible here. So we just got a front stretch chicane to go, and we'll get through the lap from the outside. Try to save our tires through the corner. I mean, we're doing everything we can. We're backing the pace way off into the front stretch chicane. Off the curbing. And Cindric's only got to finish about a second behind us. And that's the end of the stage. So 32nd at stage 2, 29th at stage 1. But again, played a little pit strategy here. Still got 2 sets of tires left too, so we're going to stay out as everybody's going to pit. As we have 26 laps to go, we'll have 23 to go, or sorry, 25 laps left at the end of this stage. So we will have 22 laps left when we go green. And we will restart in the lead with the pit strategy to get out in front. So it's going to be our first laps led, and it will be under caution. We'll lead 2 laps technically here, but we also led 2 laps under caution at Richmond too, at the end of stage 1. And we'll see if we'll hold on, and we'll really get to see Who's faster between us and Reddick? The green flag is going to be back in the air. Here we go. 22 laps to go. Into the first turn, kind of taking it easy. We know that Tums Harper turn is a pain on the restarts. It has caused many wrecks in the 2 years of this event for the Cup Series. Just got the clean air. We only have 2 lap older tires, so it's not going to make too much of a difference. That's why I waited until my last possible second to pit. And all the racetrack air coming back onto the oval surface. So yeah, 22 laps to go. It's just me and Reddick. I mean, we're already 2 seconds ahead of everyone. See, that's what I mean. I know I have a fast car. Tyler Reddick's going to be the guy to beat. I think Cindric is going to be fast too, because remember, he caught Reddick on a longer run in Stage 2, and Cindric won Stage 2, but I think he might have had a bad pit stop and is restarting a lot further back. Tyler Reddick, he's looking. Taking a peek, not going to get us that time. He'll be patient though, because I'm sure his spotter and his crew chief has already said, listen, he's missed the chicane on the backstretch twice already. Let's just put pressure on him and we'll be able to get him eventually. Guarantee that's going to be the case. Yeah, we just got to hit our marks. We'll be fine. It's a good corner. Good set of turns there. Cole Custer kind of digging into this lead a little bit. Just got to run my own race. I think I'm just doing a little too much, more or less, to keep Reddick behind me rather than just running my own laps right now and trying to really feel the car out. Kind of pulled Reddick through the infield section of the racetrack that time. That'll give us a lot of time to break into the backstretch here. See, we take the pressure off little by little like that. We're not going to have pressure to have to roll it in too deep. Going into this backstretch chicane, we kind of take it a little softer and just focus on trying to beat everybody back to the gas more than anything else. Kind of like we did that time. We went in 9/10 of a second ahead, and we're coming out 9/10 of a second ahead. Actually, they gained about a tenth through us that time. Typically run a little bit better through the front stretch, though. Oh yeah, we ran a half second better than her through the front stretch she came. I mean, we just tore through that part. And this is the track position game we were talking about. Middle of the field, it was hard to tell if we were going to have the faster car or not. Strategy is working out at its finest right now. The only thing is that if we get to 2 laps to go and my tires are really worn out and theirs isn't, because it's just the 2-lap pressure tires, then that's when we're going to run into an issue. But unless we get to that point, I think we're going to be fine. We'll obviously have to deal with lap traffic too if we stay green to the end. Very well possible. We have not had a caution yet in this race. At Road America, we only had 1 yellow. We had 4 last race, but it was all in the last, I don't know what, like 60 laps or so. Really good through that backstretch chicane. Got to be careful though. Don't want to blow through it. Got 3.5 second lead now. I don't know if Cindric's going to be able to drive through this field. He could be saving tires too. Only driver out of this race was Josh Bilicki. He blew up back at the end of stage 1, but we did stay green, even though he was kind of in the way, but just the game said he was out of the way. We're pacing good. Pacing real well. Run our own race. I'll start taking care of the tires if we can get out to a really big lead, but outside of that, yeah, A-okay here. I think we could have qualified a little bit better than 13th, but that's not bad. I mean, if I go 2 for 2 on road courses with the steering wheel this year, and 1 for 2 when I race with the controller, that's insane to me. I mean, goes to show how well I really am on the road courses, I guess. How well my hand-eye coordination is. Getting closer to the end of this race. We'll probably just be over an hour in by the time we get to the finish, but not a long race by any means. I mean, yeah, 55 laps on a track that takes a minute 20 seconds to get around. I mean, No cautions in the race at all either, so. Yeah, it's definitely been a good time so far. Got a 4.5 second lead on Reddick. And now that the pressure's off after about 2 laps, green flag racing. Race had run pretty close to time trial lap times from that point on. Yeah, it didn't even make it to the second session of. Still about a 4.5 second lead. Haven't gained much on Reddick this lap. Not Elliott Sadler, non-playoff driver, winning in 5th right now, but we do have playoff drivers 1st through 4th on the racetrack right now. Really pulled him through that backstretch chicane again. Gained a couple tenths. $17 to go. Really want to know what happened to your stage 2 when you're here, Austin Cindric. Be awesome though if we can win the first 2 races of the playoffs here. We are really looking very, very good in this race. 2 drivers out of this race now. I wonder if one of them might be Cindric. I don't know. I don't really want to look on pit road. I tried there for a second. I thought it was going to miss the front stretch chicane. I just got to worry about staying focused here. And now that Cole Custer and Tyler Reddick have been racing with each other, they went from 5 seconds off the lead to 8.5 seconds back that quick. And Custer wasn't even able to get around him. So, I mean, they're using their tires quite a bit. And we're just able to pull away. And, I mean, you saw that when Reddick was trying to peak for a second, but then once we stopped worrying about Reddick, I mean, we really started pulling away. Our kryptonite here would be a caution, but again, we've gone caution free. Closest we have gone was that one caution in the last road course race at Road America. Now, in that race, the caution didn't come out until 8 laps to go. So we could get a late race caution. Cole Custer is just now past Tyler Reddick for 2nd. Oh, nope, Reddick got him right back. And now Briscoe and Elliott Sadler battling for 4th as well. They're trading the spot back and forward. We can really take it soft through these corners here, pulling further and further away. At least as far as the chicanes go, so we don't miss them. Got a 10-second lead on Tyler Reddick. This is insane right now. And just backing up substantially right now. Still got a little bit of a ways before we catch lap traffic. This is looking even more dominant than the Watkins Glen race as far as me pulling out to the lead. Yeah, obviously we didn't lead a single lap until stage 3, but it looks like we're going to possibly lead the final 24 laps of this race. Should be insane. I mean, leading the final 24 laps. I don't know if that'll be most laps led or not by the end of the race. think there's a good chance it would be. Cindric led a lot of stage 2. Oh, might blow through it. That was a close one. We lucked out there. I thought we were going to break a little too late. We got to stop pushing and going into there because, again, we've got a big enough lead. We're not really wearing these tires out at all either. Doing a great job. We've got a big enough lead too. We can actually blow the chicane once and I think we'd still be fine, but you don't want to take that risk. Really good through the front stretch there. 14 laps to go here at the Charlotte Roval. Playoff race number 2. This is the lone playoff race in the postseason for the not only the Xfinity Series here, but even in the Cup Series as well. Yeah, we haven't gained or lost any of the lead here for the last 2 laps. We've been stuck at 10.5 seconds. I think when Custer and Reddick were battling with each other, they're just content with staying single file right now to try to cut into this lead as much as they can. Just don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, I am going to make these guys look like fools if I win this race without a caution. And even if I just win this race in general without a real fight for the lead, because that pit strategy was perfect. I mean, we couldn't have played it out any better. That's just crazy. Crazy how things work out like that. Not real close to the lap traffic. There'll still probably be at least anywhere between 3 to 5 laps before we catch them. That's really, I mean, outside of a caution, really the only chance any of them are going to have of getting me. It's going to be a yellow. We're looking good though. So we got one more lap with the in-car cam still. We got one more lap with the front bumper and the hood cam, so probably turn to that real soon here. You know, we're just going to go to it now. While we have a big enough lead, we're not quite in lap traffic yet, just to, as I try to do every race anyway. Trying to make it easier for myself, I guess, of not having to race with anybody. Now, I feel comfortable even racing like this, though, at this point. You can't quite see the dash that well, it's the only thing, and that's just because of the way the dash is on the Supras here in the Xfinity Series, because no other car in the series, make, model, or whatever series it is, trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, this is the only car that does that is the Toyota Supras. But, I mean, I got a good guess of when to get back into the throttle. I've raced these tracks enough, steering wheel or not, I just kind of know when to shift. So we're gonna catch lap traffic probably next lap, so that will mean we will have lap traffic for the final 11 laps of this race if we stay green all the way to the finish. A 13.5 second lead on Tyler Reddick as him and Custer are battling again right now for position. 11 to go, and we got a heavy lap traffic coming up right now. We got 4 cars under a blanket. 5 if you want to count us. Yeah, It'll probably give us the outside where there's a little bit more room, at least to pass. It's still a lot tighter though. So tight just running side by side here. Oh, got back into the gas a little too soon there for a second. Just a little mistake, it wasn't bad. Live traffic definitely costing us a little bit of time, but these 4 cars are going to have to be caught at some point in time as we try to outbrake Baccarella here. And we will. Hopping over the humps through the chicane. Cole Custer, he's just taken second place finally away from Tyler Reddick, and Reddick wasn't able to cross him over that time. Brandon Jones now into the top 5 and 5th, so we got all playoff drivers in the top 5 as we run. 10 laps to go here in this race at the Charlotte Roval. You're just doing a fantastic job right now. Oh, cut that corner a little too sharp, but we're good. Minimal mistakes here are not going to cost us at this point in the race. Once we get a caution and bunch the field back up, then we'll have to be perfect again. But until then, the pressure's off. We just got to hope we stay green. Now with the relaxed yellows on road courses too, we don't have to worry about another caution unless... And the only time we got to worry about another caution is if there's multiple cars in the incident. Then we will get the full course yellow that we so badly don't want. Well, see, we kind of cut the chicane there. We're just parked right now. We're still... Oh no, we're stuck! Oh, we were stuck on the curbing there for a second. That was crazy. Dane Smith's going to get on by. We lost a lot of time. Oh my goodness, Cole Custer is in the mix again. Cole Custer only a second off the lead. That was crazy. Well, at least we had a big enough lead that we were able to do that. I'll just try to get on by everybody again here. A little contact with Zane Smith. Now we got 9 to go. We might have a race again. Custer still got to get through these lap cars though. I mean, Custer hasn't led an entire lap, or hasn't led a lap this entire race, so it might be a little different for him compared to the circumstance we're in right now. But yeah, top 5 all right there with each other again. But I still feel confident. Yeah, we made that mistake, but we're still trying to get through the lap cars. We'll catch more lap cars before the end of the race as well. We just can't push it too hard into these chicanes. Any corner really, but the chicanes, I mean, we've been able to push it hard everywhere else, and I feel comfortable. It's just the chicanes are a lot more risky because you're taking such a high speed into such a sharp set of corners that are so tight as well. Yeah, see, if we just take it easy like we did right there, we'll be fine. Even with a 4.5 second lead, because our tires aren't really that worn out right now. 57% on the right front is our worst. So we're still pacing good there. Even if a caution comes out, I don't plan on pitting the rest of the race. Honestly, the way the track position game is played throughout the course of this one too, I don't plan on anybody else pitting either. So 3 penalties, all for missing the backstretch chicane today. But luckily the first 2 stages it didn't matter because of the way our pit strategy played out. And in this final stage we had a big enough lead anyway to back off on it, so that's not going to cost us any real time unless, again, we get a ton of lap traffic here late in this race, which isn't impossible. So if the caution comes out, then all those penalties just go out the window because we've had the lead anyway, and the way this race played out itself would have ended up costing us more than anything else. Any penalty we could have gotten. Custer's trying to run us back down though. He has gotten through all the lap cars. I think Reddick's still working on a couple. Oh no, we might blow. No, that was close. See, can't scare myself like that. You gotta just keep going here. And the reason it's not a penalty, even though it looks like I'm cutting the chicane, I'm not actually cutting it. 7 laps to go right now, but I'm not actually cutting that backstretch chicane because of one reason. We're hopping over the curb so much, we're not actually cutting through, more like cutting over. But because the car's not on the track, it's not an actual penalty, so. Still got about a 4-second lead on Custer, 6.5 ahead of Reddick. Cindric, the only other threat, seemingly, is nowhere in the top 5. Brandon Jones is in 4th now, about 7.5 to 8 seconds off the lead, and he did win at Mid-Ohio. He's the only other driver to win on road courses here. That's the reason he is in the playoffs. So maybe he was waiting for this race in this moment to try to get into the next round, perhaps. Custer gained a little bit of time through the infield portion of the track there, about 0.3 of a second. He's going to have to gain a little more than that the rest of this race. We do have 2-lap cars just in front of us. Mike Harmon, Austin Hill, we're going to try to beat him back to the gas there. Wasn't our best showing to get through there. We did take the corner a lot softer though, so we didn't run into the back of Harmon and Hill. But we're going to have to get around him at some point. Not a lot of room there, trying to take it side by side through the front stretch chicane, and that wasn't good at all. We had to get out of the gas, 6 laps to go. We are struggling to get around these 2-lap cars just in front of us, and Cole Custer sees that, and Custer is going to be coming here real soon. We keep struggling to get around Harmon. Might have ourselves a little issue trying to peek to the inside again, off the curbing, a little contact, and here comes Custer. A little bump, we're gonna hurry up, we're gonna get on by Harmon, trying to move him. Here comes Custer again. Hill now slowing us up. Contact side by side for the lead. Here comes Custer. Trying to get on by Austin Hill, and we will. Into the gas too soon. Custer to the bottom of the track. Cole Custer to the lead for the first time here at the Charlotte Roval. It's not over yet. Now we got to run him back down. I know we've got a faster car. Gained on him through the backstretch chicane that time. At the line, we are going to have 5 laps to go. Lap traffic causing a huge havoc on the racetrack. And a huge havoc on us, nevertheless. We try to run Custer back down for the race lead once again, and here we go. Closing the gap through the front stretch chicane, 5 to go. Custer has just led his first lap of the race. Driving it in deep, and that's going to cost us a little bit of time as well. Through turn 1 as we try to take all the advantage we could, and we fall now about 1.5 seconds off the race lead. We are faster than the 00. We just got to get close enough to try to work our way back around. And we'll be alright. Problem is, we don't have a lot of time, and we have shown this is a tough track to pass on. Custer having the clean air now. A little bit of dirty air we had to deal with in the lap traffic was costly, but we are going to catch more lap cars before the end of this race, so Custer will be in dirty air at least one more time. Can't take it easy into these chicanes like I want to right now. But I did anyway. Oh no, off the curbs. It's going to cost us a little bit of time there through the backstretch chicane, about 0.7 of a second. 4 laps to go at the line this time. Custer's pulling away. Custer trying to advance himself into the next round of the playoffs. We're driving it in really deep, trying to catch him. Back through the front stretch. We're going to gain about 0.3 of a second. Custer going to catch these 2-lap cars now. This is our time to shine. The more time he wastes trying to get around these 2-lap cars just ahead, who are racing side by side with each other. Custer making contact with one of them. I believe it's Stephen Light. And here we come, trying to hunt down the 00 again. Oh, what a great crossover move to get inside of both of them. And here we go. Oh, we're going to drive it in deep here on Fincham. We're not going to waste any time at all. We're going to wow, we cleared them both cleanly. We got through those two a lot quicker than what Custer did. And we go from about 2.5 seconds off the lead to about 1.5 seconds back again as sweating starts to begin here. I don't know if we're going to catch another lap car. We're going to have to drive it in deep through the backstretch chicane, trying to catch Custer again. We're giving it all we've got. 3 laps to go at the line this time. We still got a little bit of time. Oh, we gained a lot of time through the front stretch chicane. Now down just under a 1 second lead for Custer with 3 laps to go. The pressure is on, and this is going to turn into a great finish here. 2 great finishes to start the postseason. Off the curbs. Going to throw us a little off the track there. Just trying to keep it going. Look at how wide we're going, using all the racetrack. Pedaling the brakes and the gas, really working Custer slightly, but are we going to have enough time to not only get to him, but get back around him? At least 1 more lap car, maybe 2. But we know 1 for this lap for sure as we drive it in deep. Oh, over the curb, sideways through the corner. That's costing us time down the backstretch chicane again as we fall quickly about another 2.5 seconds off the lead. Custer has not quite yet caught that lap car. And we have 2 laps to go at the line. We're going to have to gain a ton of time. These last 2 laps, Custer is there. 2 to go. And Custer's quickly going to get around the lap car. Caution free to this point in the race. Well, you can't say we're not going for broke at this point. I think Custer's got 1 more lap car he's going to have to catch before the end of this. We've caught Matt Mills now. Not wasting any time trying to get around him. 2 seconds off the race lead with 2 laps to go. One lap car in the backstretch chicane right now. Oh, we got through the backstretch chicane about perfect as we possibly could have. And we're from 2 seconds back of the lead now to just over 1 second back. We need to get through that front stretch chicane as well. Can't blow through it, but we got to drive it in deep. At the line, here we go. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Next flag will end the race. Whether it would be the yellow or the checker at this point. All bets are off. We get to him. We're going to use the bumper. The strategy play throughout the course of this race today to come this close. We can't let it go to waste. We have 1 more lap car looming in the picture here very soon. We're going to catch him. It's just a matter of where will Custer catch the lap car, or will he just get out of the way and let us race? Running out of time. 2nd back of the lead still. It looks like it's Cesar Baccarella up there. I believe, I'm not totally sure. Custer pulls ahead through the infield portion of the racetrack. We got to drive it in deep again. Through the chicanes, and we missed the backstretch chicane. That's going to do it. Oh, so close to victory. We were pushing it as hard as we could, and we missed the backstretch chicane. Custer's not even going to have to worry about the lap car. He can coast it to the finish. And in a caution-free Charlotte Roval race, we're going to bring it home in 2nd. And we can coast it to the line, too. What a heartbreaker here today. Wow. That's a shame. Cole Custer gets the win, and he will advance himself into the round of 8. Unbelievable. Our kryptonite got us, the backstretch chicane. Missed it 4 times, including once on the last lap. We tried to drive it as perfectly as we could, like the lap before that went. That would have been our only chance, and we just could not get it done. So Cole Custer going to get the win. Your stage 1 winner, Tyler Reddick, finishes 3rd. Cindric finishes 6th. He was a non-factor in stage 2 despite dominating, or in the race despite dominating stage 2. So there's Custer. He's going to get a stage win. Well, he got a stage win in the last race, then a race win here. So this round of the playoffs going well for him. So we still got 10 guys battling for 6 more spots into the next round. Jeffrey Earnhardt must-win situation. Ryan Sieg in almost a must-win situation as well. Reddick with a great race, points day for him. Fortunately, he was not there. And Cole Custer leads the last 5 laps of the race, the only laps he led the entire day. Reddick led the most laps, 20 laps led. We were second on that list, leading only 17 laps in the race. Sorry, 19. You figure in the 2 cautions. Well, that's going to be it for the Charlotte Roval in this edition of NASCAR Heat 4 on the channel. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race, the commentary, the video in general. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Weekly schedule for next week coming out tonight. Thanks.